If you are familiar with me, you know that I am a hoarder. And if you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Lizzie. I'm a fashion collector, archivist, some could say. I mainly only shop vintage, secondhand, or dead stock. This is no different. And so, if you remember, all of my clothes are in storage boxes because there has been some drama in this house where I currently am. For the moment, I don't have nice stuff that I can have on rotation. As fall is approaching, I started since July, since I started packing, I realized that I mainly only have, well, I could say that 80% of my closet is archives. Yeah, are archives that are not really for the everyday errand run, and the other half was in very bad condition. So I made a point to look for pieces that I could introduce to my everyday rotation, and in the process, of course, I found some very interesting archives. I am guilty as I can be. So to start off, the lipstick that I'm wearing today, it's this Hermès Rose Ombre, which is last year's fall color. It's this very pretty nude color. My lips look better. I want the new season colors, but I haven't been in the store, yada yada yada. Another thing from Hermès that, if you can tell, this was my summer fragrance. I think I bought this somewhere around May or late June, I don't remember when this came out. I've gone through this, like there's barely anything left. In theory, this fragrance you can refill, but it's just as expensive as a full bottle, so I really don't understand what I like that fragrance, but I don't think I will buy the refill, like no. And so the fall scent for 2021, Another 13 by Labo. This is going to be my fragrance for, if I keep doing this, this is going to fall off my hand. So let me grab this securely. This is going to be the scent of this year's fall. This is beautiful, clean, but musky, but deep, and this is like the perfect everyday in my opinion. It's a lighter, deep scent. I see myself wearing this on an everyday basis. This is very masculine. That one I think it's a little bit feminine, but this is like a man's fragrance, but you know, fragrance doesn't have gender. Anyways, where should I start? Okay, I posted maybe a couple of weeks ago, I don't know. I got the Rick Owens Converse. When I bought them, I got this pair of trousers. They're not jeans. They're from Versace Classic V2. I don't know what that... I'm not familiar with Versace terminology. Yeah, this is like a very interesting print with a slit on the bottom. Very geometric. It's a little bit big on me, but I mean, I prefer that than to have a very tight pair of pants. There's a little bit of a lurex shine going through. I wore it with the Converse in question. Bought it from, I mean, it was a secondhand app, but this is new. That person has a lot of Versace dead stock. I don't know if I should introduce shoes into the mix. I think I will. Shoes for me are like la pièce de résistance. I will try to go in order. Somewhere in, I could say July, August, I came across this piece, which is a vintage Helmut Lang trucker jacket. It's cropped and it has turned over sleeves, and that means this piece is from '99. The tag is very washed out. However, there is an inside tag that says sample for press only. Yeah, I don't know what this piece, who wore it to what editorial or where, I don't know. When I found this, I was looking for a jean jacket, like an everyday jean jacket, and I found this vintage and it was cheap, so I was like, maybe I could add it into rotation, and then I realized it's an archive. So I don't know what to do. Should I wear my archives out into the streets and sweat them out, or just, I don't know. When I was looking for jackets, then I fell into the Helmut Lang vortex. I found this cardigan. This is a cashmere cardigan. I've worn it, and if you know cashmere, you can get it bubbly just by wearing it once. And this was me. The tag is undone. Helmut Lang. But this one also has a sample-ish tag Fall Winter 16 has a tie on the side, which is very nice for an everyday, because where I live, fall is not, you can get away with just a cardigan. I went into my favorite, if you've been here you probably know, I love going to this dead stock outlet place where I found a lot of great H&M premium pieces, which is where I found this dress. I'll show you in a minute. I found a David Beckham. It had a tag. I removed it because I wore it. Just a simple blue cardigan. This says nothing, but believe me, it's a blue cardigan. And talking about blue knits, I cannot believe I did this. This is a Cashmere Prada, I could say sweater, but this is too tight to be a sweater. This is more of a top. So it's a v-neck Cashmere Prada top, which was only 200 pesos, which roughly translates into $10. And that was not it. Oh no, I believe it was the same seller. Another vintage cashmere. This is a oval, what's the name for this? But this is another sweater in brown, poopy brown, beautiful color. Also cashmere, also $10, aka 200 pesos. And then this was just like, I mean, this was the expensive one of the bunch, which was $20 for 100 pesos. I was a little bit taken aback, but then I realized, you know what? Girl, this is a very deep forest green vintage Prada sweater. This is wool. This is not, it doesn't feel like cashmere. So this is 100% wool, yes. Slim, very vintage Prada. It was not like oversized. It was very fitted. And talking about fitted things, you know, I have a thing for knitted things, as you can see. I was on this website, and this website is like a Depop. But here in Mexico we don't have Depop, we have Go Trendier. And I was there just browsing, as I do. I do that on a regular basis when I'm bored, which is why I have all these things here, which is not the best thing to do, but it's the thing that makes me happy. In return, it's a good thing to do. I browsed for Marc Jacobs things, and I saw this zip-up thing. It had these things, and I was like, oh, maybe they're pockets. Like, it just seemed like a nice turtleneck zip-up cardigan sweater thing, you know, basic. I wanted basic things, but little did I know it was also $10, like 200 pesos, which is the lowest you can go on that website because shipping is included, whatever. And when it arrived, this is the most precious piece. I don't know what season this is from. The only thing I have, it's a tag that looks like this and says 20% cashmere, 80% wool, made in Italy, yada yada yada, Marc Jacobs. Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. So this piece has a corset and boobash situation. I don't know if you can tell. The boob underwire and the bones for the corset. And when it comes to the inner structure, it's a beautiful thing. There is a elastic which cinches you in, kind of uncomfortable, but you know, but it's a nice piece to wear. And it looks just so beautiful, and the zipper goes in the back, so it's very sexy. I totally see myself wearing this with just trousers and shoes, which I have right here, and I don't know if I should start with shoes. Ooh, another thing, and this will be the last, well, not the last, but this is another thing that I cannot believe my luck. This is another vintage Prada. This, I can tell that the season. This is fall 2002. And this skirt has some beautiful paneling, a little bit of a siren shape, but it hits underneath my knee, right above my calf. The back has this ruching where the zipper is, and it does this little action. The size is perfect for me. When I got it, I was a little bit, I had lost a little bit of weight. Now I have gained that weight back and plus, and I still fit in this. However, the beautiful thing about this piece was that the zipper was broken. That's why I got it for the 200 pesos mark, which was $10. And thank you, YouTube. I don't know which video I saw, but I'm very thankful for YouTube because I just typed in how to fix a broken zipper. And now this zipper works perfectly. And I didn't have to lose the zipper and change the zipper because it was just something so easy to fix. It required some strength, some determination, and I just got myself a 200 pesos beautiful wool Prada skirt. So, you know, I did that. talking about, I think, and I'm gonna add this into the same category. I don't know what season these Prada velvet pumps, which are basically brand new, I did that. They are very pointy, very thin heeled pumps with a beautiful strap on the ankle. They were also so inexpensive, and I got them and I was like, oh, they're so beautiful. I haven't worn them because they're like perfect for fall, winter, you know, for a night out. They're so sexy. These shoes, if you see them side by side, you can tell that the heel is the exact same heel. The shape of the toe is, yeah, basically the same. However, these have a tag and this has been marked, whatever. The sad thing about these is that it had a crisscross strap action going on, and I had to cut it off because it was so damaged, even though these shoes are new. They have been hardly worn. This thing was very damaged. And these are the shoes that I'm wearing with this dress today, which is like, oh, so cute. Anyway, so those are my shoes, my new-in shoes that I bought not as an archive purpose, but for an everyday sort of purpose. Why am I lying to myself? I'm not gonna wear them. Anyways, talking about a shoe that I'm not gonna wear. Okay, hold on. You know what? These deserve a full... you need to see them. Do you see this level of perfection? Do you see? Like, I don't know if you're seeing, but I hope you see. I hope you can see. I hope how perfect Tom Ford YSL era, or YSL Tom Ford era. This was his second to last collection. These are spring 2004. They go straight into the archive. I don't know if I will ever wear them out. I mean, they're not new, they have had a life, but the straps are intact, so I don't want to be the carrier of bad news. And I know that would have been me. I would be the one bringing bad luck to that pair of shoes. So in the meantime, we're gonna keep them safe. Anyways, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I don't know how well versed in vintage golden 80s fashion you are, but if you're not, let me enlighten you. It was the summer of 2011 and I was in Paris. I was a very naive, very ignorant 21 year, no, back then I was 21 years old by then. And I was talking to someone who later on became someone very important, but I was just talking to someone that I was from Mexico and I was in Paris for yada yada yada, you know, nobody cares, but I thought they cared. And then this old man comes walking towards us, starts talking to this lady, and I was just there just like, haha, I don't understand a thing they're saying, and I took French level 1, level 2, level 3, and I don't understand a thing they're saying. So I started questioning my own intelligence. The lady tells him, oh, she's from Mexico, and he says, oh, Mexico, 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 yada yada. And I was like, oh yeah, Mexico. Represent. He walks out. He continues with his journey. She looks at me and she goes, do you know who that was? And I'm like, I have no idea who that was. Was he your brother? Was he your... who was that? And she says, that was Claude Montana. And I was like, excuse me, who's that? Yeah, that was the biggest offense I have ever... I feel ashamed of myself. However, I learned my lesson and I was a quick learner. Anyways, so she goes, you don't know who Claude Montana is? And she started showing me all these things Claude Montana that she owned, and she brings out this big book and she goes, this is Claude Montana. I was like, him? Later on he became a regular. Stories. Anyways, I own very little to none of Claude Montana archives, and every time I find something I just snag it. And I found this coat. This is the state of Claude Montana. This is not his namesake brand. This is a diffusion line. It was created in the 90s when his brand was going downhill. It's a very long and sad story, but Claude Montana was one of the greatest créateurs. He and Thierry Mugler were on par, changing the course of fashion. Anyways, so I found this very big. Look at these lapels. They cannot even stand on their own. This is wool, but it's not a very fancy wool, if I'm allowed to say. Gold buttons with this state of Claude Montana. So yeah, that's that. A very big orange, kind of like, oh, I never learned. I had this there. And then why did I lose my lip? I hate myself sometimes. So this is the coat, my new old coat that I'm sort of planning to wear because it's not like a vintage archive holy grail. It is, but at the same time it's not that precious, though it is precious to me, but I'm gonna take care of it. So I think I can get away with wearing it on an everyday basis. Then voila. So this happened. I've been eyeing these shoes right here since 2014. You do the math, 7 years. Now I have them. They are fall 2014. They are not from the women's runway. These are from the men's runway. But they're my size. They fit perfectly and they're brand new. And I'm very lucky. They just have like this sticky thing that I have to get rid of. They're new. They haven't been worn. Apparently, allegedly. I want the loafers. Okay, listen. When I first saw the monolith, the one that everybody has, and even there's a lot of fakes going around, I love them. I've tried them on. I wish to own them. However, the prices are insane and my wallet, it's not there. I'm not there yet. I can't. You know what? These are kind of chunky, industrial-ish, but fancy. I don't know. I was like, look, I wanted to have a pair of shoes from this collection. You know, maybe one day I will get to do a whole runway of recreation of this. Oh god. I'm so mad because today the skirt that I was eyeing that would be a perfect match for these shoes sold. You know, I'm suffering. Anyways, I will suffice. Oh, and this dress. Okay, look. This is a Zara Studio. This is another top from God knows where. I don't know where this is from. It was a gift. So that's that. Very wrinkly because I have been sitting. And it has this edges. So, do you see? With these shoes? Yeah. That's what I'm planning to wear today to go to do my rosaries, I think. I'm bored. I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Look at that. Anyways, I hope that this was useful and until the next one. Peace. Fall pickups. Who cares?